Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is my E90 BMW, and today we're going to talk about how these are not hot air intakes. These filters are way overdue for cleaning, so I'm going to do that while we discuss this. So I keep getting comments saying nice hot air intakes. That's quite the power loss you're experiencing. If you have a Honda Civic all motor 4-cylinder and you put a cone filter right on top of your engine and you don't put it down in the bumper for a true cold air, then what you'll get is some power loss, especially when the engine bay gets heat soaked. So here's the rear inlet for the turbo. Air gets sucked in from behind, goes through the turbo. So the air goes through the inlet, around the engine, into the turbo. The turbo takes that air, compresses it. In compressing it, it heats it up. It crams the molecules of air together to generate heat because of friction. That compressed air then leaves the turbo at a much higher temperature than where it entered the turbo, and then gets passed out to the outlet. The outlet takes the two turbos, hot compressed air, and condenses it into one line to feed your intercooler. That hot air goes through your intercooler, across ambient air as you drive down the road, rushes over the intercooler, removes and extracts that heat from the air, and then it comes out through your charge pipe at a much lower temperature than what it entered and into the intake manifold to feed the engine. So having your intake here versus having it in an enclosed box or having it down in your bumper or in your fender to be away from the engine compartment does not make a difference, because of the fact that whatever extra ambient heat that made it into the inlet due to it being close to the engine gets removed by the intercooler due to it being efficient. Now, you would think that, okay, well, if you're taking in air that is a few degrees warmer here, then by the time it goes through the intercooler, it's going to be a few degrees warmer. But that's just not true, because your intercooler is efficient enough that it extracts a set amount of heat. And it's been proven that, at least from a power standpoint, having your intakes here versus having them enclosed in an airbox or away from the engine compartment will not make any difference in off-idle performance or on a dyno, etc. This was proven by Burger Motorsports. I'll link to a thread in the description that discusses this in detail. There's literally zero loss by doing this. You only have gains. If you want to conceptualize this, take your evaporator inside your interior for your air conditioning system. It's blowing cold air into the interior, but at the same time, it's taking interior heat and extracting it from the interior, passing it through AC lines down to your condenser. That condenser removes the heat, and then it goes into your compressor and then goes back into your intercooler to start the process again. It's a little different because naturally changing the state of a liquid will also cause it to extract heat from the environment, but the concept is similar. Eventually your interior temperature levels out and gets comfortable. So now you can almost consider it similar to that. Once you get to your interior temperature to a comfortable spot, it stays there and holds there, and it just runs efficiently. Similar to having your intakes here, it all balances out. Eventually that heat gets removed by the intercooler anyway. This is just done for convenience purposes and for cost savings. Taking hot air in here versus having a dedicated cold air in your bumper or having an enclosed air box does not net you more power from what Burger Motorsports claims based on these intakes, and it's been proven time and time again. If you had any Honda Civic 4-cylinder 1.6 liter and you had your intake in the engine bay versus in the fender, you may lose a couple horsepower because there's no way to get rid of that heat. Once it enters the intake, it's going straight into the throttle body. Game over. No way to remove it. On a turbo car, you have the means of removal via the intercooler. That's why these aren't hot air intakes, and that's why I wanted to make this video. All right, just so this isn't just a 2-minute video, I'm going to cut over to me cleaning the intakes in case you haven't seen that process before. I'm using the following air filter cleaner kit. Now the filters are dry, I'm going to apply the oil. If you've never done this before and you've read warnings about not putting too much oil, that applies for cars that don't pass the air through the turbos and they go straight to a mass airflow sensor. And this car goes through a turbo and then it goes through the manifold absolute pressure sensor, and this oil doesn't necessarily foul up the sensors easily. You should still take care, but it's not as detrimental in terms of how much oil you add on this car. There you go, guys. Some nice clean filters. Looks a lot nicer. Definitely stay on top of your maintenance with these cars. It's very important. So hopefully that clears up misconceptions regarding these intakes. Because you have the opportunity to remove the excess heat through the intercooler, placing them here doesn't really make a difference. I'll put a link in the description for the thread that discusses this to prove it. Perhaps on a stock car with no other mods and stock boost, then maybe it could make a difference. But in this case, since you're running higher boost and this is so much less of a restriction, it only helps, it doesn't hurt the cause. Alright guys, if this is the first video you're catching on mine, please consider subscribing. I do upload regularly. Thanks for watching.